Woo! Hello, everybody. Quick screen came on. Hello, everybody. How you guys doing? Welcome back to another episode of Rewind and Replay, where we talk about all the good hidden gems. And
sometimes not that good.
My lord. Anywho, where we... Gosh, threw me off there. This is the show where we dig up forgotten gems, look back at cult classics and old school hits to see if they are still relevant today. They still hold up today.
To see.
His big greeny smile. She knows exactly what she's gonna say about this movie. All right, so in this movie, in this episode, we watched a movie that is a cult classic. It's actually something that's it wasn't that great received, I guess, when it first came out, is from what I was kind of looking up, but we're gonna find out right now. I'll tell you guys all about that. And the movie is Phantasm. If you guys don't know what Phantasm is, it's old school. It's from 79, I believe. Yes, from 1979. And yeah, it's like one of the craziest sci-fi horror movies, I guess.
Oh, I guess, yeah.
It's like it's an interesting one. So
supernatural,
or supernatural.
It's everything. It's supernatural, horror, sci-fi.
Everything. Like, yeah, it's even like dimensional and all that stuff. Like, whoa. Anywho, and that. Oh man, there's a lot to unpack. So Phantasm. A little bit about the movie. It's a stars a boy and a silver sphere. Although you don't see the silver spheres that much, but you do see it. And that was probably like one of the most memorable things that I actually remember as a kid when I saw this movie. So a towering undertaker who isn't quite human is also in this movie. Phantasm isn't just a horror film. It's a fever dream of death, dimensions, and dread. Step into the mortuary, if you dare.
That's a pretty good synopsis. I mean, that really... sums it up. Yeah.
All right, that's it. That's it for this episode, guys. All right, woo! Right. Yeah, no, all that I just said right now, like, that's a good summary of it. Yeah, a synopsis, like you said. But man, there is so much more that the mind can actually bring to the table. So yeah, let's get into it a little bit. So a little about the movie. Of course, it's called Phantasm. It was released in 1979. The director, writer, editor, and cinematographer was all one person, and that was Don Coscarelli. And believe it or not, this director, Don Coscarelli, he's made some other interesting films. He did Beastmasters. I don't know if you ever knew the Beastmasters films in the 80s. He did all of them. Yeah, he directed all of them. He directed and wrote all of the Phantasms, from what I found out.
Because there's like 6 or 5.
There's 5. There's 5 of them. And it gets crazier. Yes. And the really cool thing too about all 5 of those movies is that it's like the same main actor, and the other guy, the two main ones, basically. The kid and Reggie, the friend of his brother that the brother died. Yeah, and so, but yeah, they're like in all of these movies, and it's a trip. Like, it is just a straight trip, and like, you should watch it just for the heck of it. All right, and then the movie stars Michael Baldwin, who plays Mike.
Michael Baldwin.
Bill Thornberry, who played Jody, the big brother, and Mike was a little kid. Reggie Bannister, who is the friend of Jody, the big brother, and ends up, him and the kid end up being like continuing the saga throughout the 5 films.
Because apparently more happens.
Yeah, more happens. And then you have the tall man who works at the mortuary. His name is Angus Scrim. Cool guy. Like, he was a really good actor. He fit the role very well. Like, very well.
That was really good casting.
And then the lady in lavender, who is I don't even know how to it's like a facade character. It's like this, like the tall man can transform into this girl, and like kind of lures the girl lures
almost like a succubus. You would imagine it's a succubus
and all that stuff. Yeah, it's like a succubus,
but it's
the tall man. This guy, this mortuary guy. Yeah,
sexy woman, I guess. She's attractive.
She is, obviously, for reasons.
Obvious.
Yes. So those are the actors.
Yeah.
The genre and runtime. It's a supernatural horror fantasy.
That's all the things.
But there's so much more in there. The runtime was 89 minutes, the standard 90 minutes. Hey, it was right there.
Good on.
About its box office stats and basic reputation. So the budget was 300,000. That's probably like really small for a film like this. It makes sense too, to tell you the truth.
Well, now things make more sense.
Things make more sense. If the budget was bigger, I bet they probably could have done more. But then it really makes me wonder because it's super artsy.
We'll get to it.
Yeah.
But I wonder if they would have been able to afford blood color. More on that in a bit.
I mean, yeah, more on that. Okay, we'll get into that a little bit. As far as its gross sales worldwide, it made 22 million.
That's crazy.
So like this guy, this one film funded like every future project that he probably could have during those days in the 70s, like late 70s, early 80s. Woo.
Well, yeah, no, I would be interested to see how much the budget was for the other ones.
Right? The following
yeah,
movies?
like if that one made that much.
This is true.
How? But okay.
I will say there probably was more because I didn't watch all of the Phantasm movies. I think I remember seeing like the first and second one at most. But the Phantasm movies, they look like they started using more and more CG.
Oh,
as CG was getting
available?
as it was becoming more and more available, because when this movie came out and then you see the balls going around, the silver balls flying around, I'm not even sure if that was CG, but if it was, it was done well. But I don't think it was. It was like it was done with really good practical filming and everything. All right, so a quick summary of the movie so you guys know what we're going to be talking about. It's a crazy one. After witnessing strange and unsettling events at his local funeral home, young Michael Pearson, Michael Baldwin, joins his brother Jody and their friend Reggie in investigating the mysterious mortuary operated by an ominous figure known as the Tall Man. As bodies reanimate and eerie silver spheres hunt the living, the trio must confront cosmic horrors that blur the boundary between dreams and reality. Indeed.
Yeah.
Okay, so that's a summary of the movie. Okay. All right, now some historical context. What made this movie stand out at the time?
I mean,
what didn't really? Phantasm was a fiercely independent horror film in an era when studio horror dominated, because obviously the 70s and the 80s were like horror films back to back, kind of like how the late 2000s to now was just like superhero movies. Like when one was a success and you did another one and that was also a success, everyone joined the bandwagon.
That's true. Like end of 70s, early 80s was a lot of horror.
Yeah, a lot of horror.
Like gruesome, like slimy green vomit and whatnot.
I mean, I think like towards the end of the 80s, well, no, actually during the 80s, like the whole decade, I think that's like when genre gore fest like was
really?
birthed and all that stuff. It just started getting crazier and crazier. Yeah. So yes. Where did I leave off? So now we're at Coscarelli, the director. His personal vision with surreal imagery, minimal exposition, and bold visual ambitions. Indeed. Helped it break away from conventional formulaic horror. It was quite the break.
Minimal exposition is an understatement.
It is.
Gonna say that.
It really is. Who said that?
They could have used more exposition.
Yeah, I got these information from like other sites and all this stuff, like Movies
true.
Mania and Pop Horror, but
that it's minimal exposition. I just think that's an understatement.
Yeah, I don't think it really is
zero
minimal.
Exposition.
Yeah, its blend of supernatural and mystery, dream logic, and cosmic horror was unusual for mainstream fare. Definitely. I mean, when I saw it, I didn't remember the movie except for like certain bits here and there. Definitely the premise of the movie I didn't remember. I was too young for this sucker to even like comprehend a lot of the stuff.
I don't think I ever saw it.
And then now that we watched it, it was like, whoa, ho, ho. You know, in other ways, like with some of the movies, I look at my mom and I'm all like, how did you let me watch this movie? Like, what was up? And then she looks at me and she's all like, it was your dad. And I was like, that makes sense. So yeah, that probably was the case for this movie too. So yeah, moving on. Did it succeed or flop at the box office? On a shoestring budget, it became a surprise financial success. Like straight up, 300,000.
It made 22 million.
It made 22 million.
Like, that's insane.
Even if people said the movie sucked,
it didn't
like
matter.
hardcore,
it made that much money. It
made a good amount of money, which was awesome. So yeah, it was a financial success, grossing many multiples of its production cost. Clearly. And then what kind of buzz did it have on release? Reviews were mixed, obviously. Some praised its ambition and visual boldness, while others criticized its loose plotting and uneven logic. Yeah, there was a lot of uneven logic.
And you have one of each of those people here talking about.
Yes. Roger Ebert called it a labor of love, not terrifically skillful.
Agreed.
And this is true.
Cold-hearted.
Yeah, they were. You can tell that they worked hard to produce what they were producing, but it didn't really convey that well. It wasn't like, yeah.
No.
But he did acknowledge its striking visual style. So
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah,
it was a first. So that was something to be appreciative about, really. Man, especially like just the concept of everything between the dimensions that they have. But yeah, we'll get into it right now. Like all of that, just thinking about it. All right, as far as its fan base or critical acclaim, Phantasm is regularly cited as a foundational cult horror film. Its tall man character remains iconic. I think so.
Slenderman, I wouldn't be surprised if it's inspired by something that was inspired by the tall man or by the tall man directly. I wouldn't be surprised.
I wouldn't be surprised either. That's really interesting. And you know what? I found out that the tall man, Angus, what was his name again?
He's been in other stuff.
He's been in other stuff.
And he always plays that kind of character.
Yeah.
Like lurchy. He's
Angus
like a lurch.
Grimm is his name. And believe it or not, he died in 2016 at the age of 90.
Oh, wow.
So, like, I wouldn't be surprised if there was influence from Slender Man from him and everything. Because, I mean, he was still around during the days of Slender Man. Because Slender Man came out in like around that time.
Yeah, and I remember him actually being in other stuff because he's very particular. Like you can recognize him.
Yes. So Roger Ebert said all that stuff. It's fan base criticism. Okay, so with that one, many later horror and surreal genre pieces draw on its willingness to unsettle and confuse. So this one was the birth of those types of movies. Pretty much.
Yeah.
It was one of the main influences.
I think so.
So I agree with that one 100%. Oh man, now our personal takes. Here we go. What do you love or not love about it today? So overall, I liked it. Didn't love it. I did like it. The reason why I can't love it is there was a lot of holes, a lot of gaps in storyline in certain situations, and then it does leave a lot of room for you to be creative with your imagination on trying to figure out certain things here and there. But it's definitely a movie you need to watch like 2 or 3 times, because there are just these little innuendos, short scenes that they show really quick of something where you're all like, what the hell? Oh, maybe it's just for an artistic touch. But no, there was something behind it. It makes something behind it later on. So like you kind of have to like dissect it a little bit.
But then there's a lot of stuff that no matter how many times you watch it, there's no answer to.
Absolutely no answer. Although we watched the movie and then I was seeing some of the trailers being played and some scenes that were popping up. I was like, oh, you know what? This actually kind of makes sense. So yeah. Going into that, I'll tell you what I mean by that.
Okay.
In a sense, okay. So there was a part of the scene where they go into the mortuary, the funeral home. And they're in the mortuary area and they're kind of like, they broke in, they're expecting it. They run into like a goblin, like dwarf looking creature thing, makes noises. You're like, what the heck? And you're going in and they get away from that and they're inside and they're walking around and investigating. And then the next thing you know, they come into a room and it has like all these big black barrels just stacked, like a bunch of them.
Kegs, like black
kegs kind of. And so the interesting thing is that there was one phrase where they were all like, it's just a bunch of them, a bunch of those little minions, and they were all in those little barrels, a buttload of them. And then the kid like sees all that, and then he discovers these 2 silver rods, and they were apparently like these,
like a portal.
It's like a doorway to another dimension. Yeah, it's like a portal, because he went over there and he kind of got really close to it and then got sucked in. And when he got sucked in, it was like,
go grab him and pull him.
Yeah, it was like a movie out of Dune, or a scene out of Dune. It was like really sandy and windy, and you can just see the color of the dirt in the sky, and then a bunch of these little minions like moving things almost assembly line style. And then they have some of these barrels down there and you're like, what? So if these minions are there and he saw some barrels that were there and this is another dimension, I was like, are they bringing them from that dimension to over here and storing them there for like some devious plan that they had? So my philosophy, or no, my theory on that was that they are in that dimension, discovered Earth, and we're gonna try and take over. And so they're like stocking up an army, and they're trying to get ready. And the tall man's part of it. The silver spheres are part of it too, although that's like a straight mystery. I don't know like what.
I guess they explain it in the next movie.
They probably explain it in the next movies because they don't tell you where the spheres come from. Comes out of nowhere,
and then it comes back again, but you never know where.
Yeah, you never know.
Controlling it.
You never know where. So I mean, so the only thing I could think of about the spheres now, moving forward onto that, where you have these minions are in that dimension, and then you have them like stocking up other minions in the barrels, like to gather an army. You got the minions that were running around. The characters in the movie ended up killing one of them, and they brought him back, pulled him out, looked at him, and the minion ended up being their dead friend. That kind of brought them all together in this town in the beginning of the movie. So that's the plot of it right there, where it gets you all together, and then you start discovering all this stuff. And so, since this little minion was their full-size friend, and he's dead, and now he's this little guy, and he's demonic almost, like he's possessed, obviously, not himself. He looks very zombie-ish in a sense. And then you're like, okay, so now we're onto something. They take the bodies or the souls of the dead friends, they use them, and they turn them into these little minions so that they can, harness them and do whatever the heck they want.
What they want.
Yeah. And then we discovered something else. I forget how they caught this little creature thing in a box. I forget how that happened. It was in a box. They opened it up, and it looked like this furry devil fly.
Yeah, I don't remember where it comes from, but then it comes out like a big fuzzy fly, monstrous fly, and it just attacks the brother, right?
I think so. Yeah, it starts attacking the brother and everything, and you're like, what the heck? And then they don't explain anything about that. But of course, if you leave your imagination to it, maybe that little thing is what latches into the dead bodies, shrinks them or whatever, or like they alter, and then they turn into those little minion monsters. Who knows? That's my theory. That's what we're guessing. But again, it doesn't say anything. It doesn't give way to any of that. There's no inclination of it necessarily.
Yeah. So.
But yeah.
On that. Yes, what I do like some things about it. The visuals are striking, as they said, it catches your eye. It's very colorful, sometimes the wrong colors, like it's not blood, but we don't know if it's blood or not. But when parts get cut off or something from the monsters or the creatures, it's not red, it's like butternut squash soup.
It's like butternut squash.
That's pure literally. I'm pretty sure that's what butternut it is. Squash. And I'm just confused as to why that is. But okay, they're aliens, maybe they're demons, whatever they are. Okay, all right, sure. But it's cool. It's cool looking. Also, every shot of the movie is perfect when it comes to photography. Like
the cinematography,
the composition of the images, like the photography of the movie is so good. Like every scene could be a painting or an image, an artistic image somewhere. So that's really cool. And the music and sound effects are so perfect. So even if nothing gruesome or scary is on the screen, like the music always, or the sound effects or something will make you feel the things that the person should be feeling. Even though there's nothing actually happening, you get the feeling that there is, it's like that they use the music and the visuals really, really well. So that's really cool. Which takes me to what I don't like is, while I like those things, they seem like art, like it's an art installation.
Yeah.
Not a movie. So it feels to me like it's an art installation, or I was telling Fonzie that it would remind me, I studied film when I was in college, and it reminds me of watching film class film or my classmates' projects. And so we're sitting there watching this. I'm like, why do I feel like I'm watching a film student's project? A really good film student, don't get me wrong. Like, it's really artsy and it's really good, but it's a little too artsy. It's like I wasn't horrified by anything. Although that scene with the little bug thing that attacks him, that I was like, what the hell? Like, that really caught me off guard, and it was creepy and weird. So those are the things I like and don't like, really. The thing that I dislike the most is the lack of exposition, because I am used to, as we all are with regular films, you know, someone says something or something's shown that tells you why something is happening. And this movie does the exact opposite of that. A lot is happening. You have no idea why.
It really leaves you guessing.
Yeah. But then once I found out, when Fonzie told me that there were more movies of these and we saw the trailers, I was like, oh, well, if the plan was always to make multiple movies, then I can see why there isn't enough exposition here, because they don't want to ruin the punchline later, I guess, whatever is going to be discovered in like film number 3 or whatever. So
yeah, it was.
I guess it makes sense.
And if that was even the case, like, that's a big gamble too, like, because you know your film could have sucked right off the bat, not made any money at all. But I feel like his low budget goal really helped him out with that.
Yes.
Because he could have easily flopped.
Yes.
But I mean, just the fact that it was technically a bad movie, but because people had to watch it once, you gotta go experience once, you know, that was enough budget probably to like just fund him.
I don't think it's a bad movie. It's not a bad movie, but it's not
our favorite.
Mainstream, and it's not great either.
Yeah, like in previous episodes,
particular.
Yeah, in previous episodes, we're all like, you gotta watch this movie. This one, we're like, well, you know, check it out.
Plotting and uneven. It's because I want to go back, because there was something that we said that I was like, I want to talk about that. So I talked about the exposition,
mystery, dream
logic, and yeah, it feels like a fever dream, like a scary, horrifying fever dream, but it doesn't really scare you that much. It's just confusing. It's like a confusing fever dream.
It is.
That's what it feels like.
It is a bit confusing.
Yeah.
But other than that, you know, it's not like terrible. It's not something where
it's not,
because there have been movies where we're watching in shows and we're just like, what the hell is going on? And we're all like,
forget it.
And we just leave. This one wasn't like that. I think because of its artsiness and its visualness, it kept you engaged enough to at least watch it till the end. And there is some substance, obviously. Yeah. It's just, you know, and
there is that, but why?
Yeah.
You know, and you don't want to stop watching it because you're kind of hoping you'll find out why things.
You don't.
Well, maybe if you watch it more than once, some things will.
Like I said, you do have to watch it a few times, and then you pick up little innuendos here and there, little things you probably missed and stuff. But yeah, I mean, it's overall okay. It's not bad, not great, but it's not bad. It's okay. It's average.
It's average.
Yeah.
It's average.
Yeah. All right. So that's basically about like our take on the movie and how it is. There is a lot more. We can probably fill in those gaps going on.
Well, as we go on. Yeah.
So now, does it hold up visually, emotionally, and narratively? The first two, narratively, not so much.
I don't think it held up narratively then. Really?
No, not even then. So, there's a lot of things, you know. Visually, it was,
to a certain extent, yes. Because again, the photography, it's beautiful. The styling, all of that, great, fantastic. But yeah, the special effects are a little clunky. Like when the first person that gets hit in the face by the ball, it's just like, oh my god.
Yeah,
it's it's coming, and then like you can see that it hits a doll or something that doesn't move.
But there was no CG or anything like that necessarily. There was props, there were mechanics, because it shows that silver ball, like it shows like these crazy looking daggers come out.
Yeah.
And then it just like stabs this guy and gets stuck like right in the head, and the guy's like holding it and he's trying to take it off, and then the next thing you know, this little drill comes out from underneath the daggers and just starts drilling the guy's temple. And like you see the blood come out, and the guy's like, and then it opens up like an exhaust hole in the back, and it starts spewing out all the blood that it was like drilling into that guy's head, and it's like, I guess, sucking it out, and then just like releasing it out the other end of the spear. It was a trip.
Crazy. It is a trip. But when it hits, it just kind of like, it killed me a little bit, because when it hits, like you can almost see where they pasted the next scene,
like really quick, so
you
it
can
shows
see
up
it
and
moving,
it's like,
and then it's there, and it's like, it's kind of jarring a little bit.
A little jarring. But it's from the 70s.
Again.
So I mean,
impressive that they even did
impressive
it
back in the day. Yeah, I'm pretty sure a lot of the stuff they did back in the day for first timers of this type of filming and cinematography, it must have been pretty impressive.
Rough. But it was impressive at the time. Yeah, I'm sure it didn't look like that. It just looked like, oh my god, no, that guy just got hit in the face by this spiky ball. Like, yeah, but us, it's like, oh.
Yes. And then as far as it emotionally, I mean, I think it did pretty good. The acting was all right. It probably wasn't the best back in the, well, no, actually it probably was okay back in the day, but right now it was like, you know, you look back at old films and the way they acted back in the day and you're just like, oh man, it's like so cheesy. It's like, it's not like so, I don't know, emotionally involved with the acting. Some characters did. The kid was actually surprisingly
I thought the kid was the most.
The kid was surprisingly good.
No, I think the opposite.
You think the opposite? Well, no, but because of that, like it being old school.
Oh yeah. Yeah. Like it's not natural. Like now I feel like we're more used to acting being natural. People act like we are acting right now when they're on film. But back then in the 70s, acting was very, like, think about if you've ever seen the Brady Bunch. Oh, what was the name of the girl? Marsha. Why? And it's like so theatrical and so exaggerated and like this and that. Oh, why would you say that? And like that. And that's how the boy talks. And that's how some of the people will speak in the movie because that's the style of acting back then. But that's not the thing now. So I don't think that aged well at all.
That was funny. Yeah, the kid did do that. There was like a scene where he was getting picked up by his brother and being tossed in a room because he didn't want him to go with him to investigate further. And he just was like, he picked him up, was like, what are you doing? Put me down. And someone's like, unhand me, you damn son of a bitch. Cause like he says it in the movie and you're just like, whoa, okay. But it didn't convey properly.
Tone is just not natural at all.
Yeah, it wasn't natural. But
that's how acting
for the
was
filming back in the day, that's just how it was. So it did okay.
Yeah,
it did all right. But there was the tall man was pretty good. He was a creepy dude. He did it pretty well. I liked his little one-liners. Sometimes he would say certain things, but yeah, we'll get into that first.
Oh, okay, yeah.
But
well, that's next.
Yeah, it is next. Did you have anything else to say about that for visuals?
No, I basically said all the things already.
All right. So now the next one, where we can talk about that, is favorite scenes or quotes.
Go for it.
Oh, well, seeing the silver balls again, that was awesome. That was pretty nostalgic because I remember that when I was growing up and it was little. So that was probably my favorite, to see the silver ball again. I was like, but when I saw it and then you only see it like twice in the movie, I was like, could swear they showed it more. But then
like it really stuck with you.
Yeah, like it really stuck with me. But again, I think I did see the second movie, and I believe
there's more.
There's more.
That would make sense.
And so so I do like that a lot. And then like as far as like my quote that I like, it's from the tall man, where he just like every time he like shows himself in front of the kid. Hey, Michael Baldwin.
Hey, Michael Baldwin.
What's his name? Mike. Yeah, when he shows himself in front of Mike, it's always like a surprise, or you uncover or you open a curtain and then boom, like he's there, in like jump scare style, and he just looks at him. He's like, hello there, boy.
Oh, yeah, boy.
And I was like, that's great. And then it reminds me of Kratos from God of War.
Yeah, that's what I kept thinking of too. It's hard not to.
So I liked that a lot. I thought that was
boy.
Cool. I liked it.
He's always chasing after you. That's all you hear him say. That's true. Oh, that's a good one. Others?
I like that. I'm trying to think if there were some other ones. I mean, the big brother was pretty chill during the whole time, but I felt like it was appropriate in some sense. Like if there was one character that had to like take initiative in something but also keep his cool, it was him.
Well, because he was a cool guy. Like
he was a cool guy.
Especially like the 70s cool guy, like he's dependable, he's cool, he's handsome, he's strong, he's all the things. He protects his little brother. He cares. Like he's the
so there were
perfect.
There were a lot of pretty good scenes in the movie with him about that.
Yeah, he carries himself really well, and he's really serious and stuff. And I think it's mostly because he wants to protect his brother, and so that's why he's so serious about it, maybe. So
last thing about this for me, and then you can take over and everything, was that I did notice something too. Was that like throughout the movie, you know, being like dream logic and dimensional and like supernatural and all that stuff, there is a point where you see the whole movie, like you're brought together by a single death of a friend, and there's the big brother and a little kid, his little brother, and then Reggie, the friend. So, you know, they're kind of like brought together, and that's when all this stuff happens, and then you go through the whole story and everything, and you know, I mean, sorry, spoilers, but you're probably not gonna watch this movie anyways. Like the big brother does die, like at the end, and it's trippy because like he dies, and then they have like remorse, and they're kind of like, you know, feeling sad about it, and but the story's still going on. And then when the big brother's friend and the little brother, like finally, I guess, you know, like defeat the tall man and all the minions, because what they didn't know was that they were getting close to that dimensional door with the 2 silver rods, but they weren't actually touching the rods. And then so the friend touches the rods, and I guess he creates like this activation.
Like it opens
a portal or something, but it's sucking everything into it from Earth's side. And that's how everything gets sucked in, the tall man and all that stuff. I think even the funeral gets sucked in, and then it disappears.
Oh yeah, the whole house gets sucked into itself.
Yeah.
Much like in that episode of The Simpsons.
Much like that episode in The Simpsons, yes. So that was something, and then you're like, okay, you know, like it's over, and you're like, but the way it ended, it like ended in a way where it started doing like that dreamscape, like ripple of the screen, and then like as if it was a dream, and then you come into reality, and then boom, you're like back with Reggie and the little brother, and they're like being sad and all that stuff, and you're like, oh well, like, so why are we seeing this again? But instead of the beginning of the movie where it was the friend that died, at the end where it's the friend and the little brother, they were mourning the big brother that died. So like it made it seem like the whole movie was just a dream. In some sense. So that's something that I noticed. Not sure if it's actually accurate.
That's what it seems like, though. Like it's all a dream. But then how are there more movies with the same characters?
Yeah. And of course, you know, with something where it ends like a dream and you're like, oh, it was just a horrible dream. Oh, that's okay. But, you know, and then they go about their business. The kid goes to the bathroom and like opens a curtain or something. And then the tall man's there and he's all like, boy, miss me, boy, or something like that. And then the movie ends and you're like, oh, like, all right.
I guess it wasn't a dream.
Yeah.
So it's like, what happened?
It's like, again, it's all over the place. But
it's definitely all over the place. It is the right way to say it.
It's all over the place. But
favorite scenes or quotes? Do I have any favorite scenes or quotes? Just going back to that. Yes, when the kid takes... Okay, so during these chases and everything, all the craziness, right? After they had already seen the ball for the first time, I think, and they've gotten away.
Because they escaped the first time,
his big brother, and I guess his big brother's drinking a beer. And the kid's like, oh my God, like he just barely survived. And he's like... sitting with his brother, and like he just goes and like drinks the beer and then puts it down. I just thought that was great. I love that scene just because it's like, oh. And
it was funny the way he did it. It was as if the kid went and slayed like dozens of demons outside, came in and was just like, goes and takes the beer from his brother and like just drinks it, and he's just like all exhausted and taken aback.
Mind you, yeah, he just got away from the monsters who were coming after him and 2 girls that were in a car. He got away, but the girls didn't. So, like, he just ran away from these demons, knows that those girls are probably dead. So he's like, I need some alcohol. And he's like, what, 12, 15?
Yeah.
He's like a teenager. He's a young teenager.
12 to 15, yeah.
I thought that was cute. That was nice.
What else for you?
That's it.
No scenes, no other scenes, no quotes?
No quotes on this one. No, I can't really think of any quotes. I have more visual stuff like that beer thing and then that bug. Because it's really creepy. Like it comes up really fast. It's like, and it's, you know, like it's
like something out of Jim Henson.
Yeah,
it was pretty crazy.
Very Muppety.
All right, so yeah, that was it for the scenes and quotes. So now, what aged well and what didn't?
We kind of already hit on these, but
we did kind of already hit on that. The artsy cinematography, the scenes were good. Storyline, not so well. I don't, there's a lot of gaps again, and so you're gonna have to like rewatch it.
I don't know if that's so much an aging thing as that's just it always was like that.
Yeah, I guess.
You know.
Definitely, man.
The pace.
The pacing
is slow.
The pacing was pretty slow. Man, you said the audio was pretty good.
The music and the sound.
The music and the sound were pretty good and all that stuff. So I think that was all right. Visuals were okay, I guess. Not if you're looking back at it now, not so great.
No.
Man, I guess like the prosthetics and like cutting of limbs and blood coming out. Yeah, that wasn't done that great. That was like as. But
again, it probably was amazing at the time.
It probably was. I mean, yeah, it probably.
But it didn't age well because we have better stuff now.
True.
Is what I'm gonna say. I agree.
That's it for me.
I agree. I don't think the pacing aged well. Things used to be slower back in the day, so I can see that being just normal for them. But now it's like, okay, come on.
Yeah.
For 90 minutes, it could have lasted an hour.
Yeah.
So it's really slow. The acting style, again, not everybody, but a lot of the, especially younger characters, the female characters and the kid
were
so
forced.
Old school acting. Like, it's just, that didn't age well just because it's not the thing anymore. And the fact that it's so artsy, like mainstream movies or movies that do well are not artsy anymore.
Yeah. I definitely will say that the scenes for the cinematography scenes did look a lot like still photos. Like, it was pretty artsy in that sense. Like,
yeah, which is visually is why it's appealing, I think. But
other than that, yeah. Directing wise, I mean, they did well. They got the shots that they probably needed. Yeah. Granted, it was like, it was not the greatest, but then that was back in the day. So, I mean, what can you say? All right. And then who will enjoy this movie in today's audience? Students of a film class.
Same. That's exactly what I put.
I think that's probably it. Just like, to learn the do's and don'ts and whatnot, or like the evolution of horror film, you know, the history of it, I guess, you know, like that's what you could do. But I mean, picking this sucker up on a regular Halloween night or something like that, I don't know. There are better, that's for damn sure. This one will definitely leave you sad.
and unfulfilled. However, so my notes are same. I don't know, film students. Also goth, perhaps, you know, people who are into that kind of like goth dark stuff, maybe,
especially if you're very artsy.
I was gonna say especially artsy goth and dark people, or also all the people that made the sequels possible, because clearly someone was watching them. So.
This is true, because there are 5 of them.
Who these people are, but there are people out there that are into this.
It is, it's kind of crazy. And then the director, like, he's done other films too. Like, he's done Bubba Hotep with Bruce Campbell. Like, so he's worked with Bruce Campbell and stuff.
Out there too.
And it's artsy. And it's artsy. It definitely is. Like, it kept his style and whatnot. But there is one that we haven't seen actually, and I do want to watch it. It actually looks pretty damn good. Paul Giamatti is in that movie. It's called John Dies at the End, and it's like that one I think is like almost the same thing, supernatural fantasy with some sci-fi elements in there and stuff like that. And it's a newer age one. I think this one was like back in 2016 or 17 or something like that. I forget when the movie is. Don't quote me on that sucker.
I'm sure it's improved. I'm going to be honest. I'm curious to see the other. Now, I'm not going to say that I'm going to want to watch all 5 of them. But I would be interested, in seeing like what the hell happens after that. Like, what do they answer the questions? Like, what? Why? And did people watch this?
I did get a glimpse of like the 5th movie, which is Phantasm Ravager. And wasn't it from like 2016 or something ridiculous? Yeah, I think so. Like, super recent. Yes, super freaking recent. And the interesting thing is that one's heavy CG, B-rated style CG, but they're on Earth, and there are like giant silver spheres.
Oh, they're big. Oh,
like they're huge, like skyscraper size, and they've infiltrated Earth. They've gone through the portal. They're destroying fucking buildings. So
they are aliens.
Sorry, I cursed. Sorry. Yeah, so they're destroying buildings, and I guess I have no idea. Like, that's why we gotta watch it and stuff. It's like Armageddon in the 5th movie, and so you're like, what the heck? And it makes me wonder if it's even gonna end on a good note. It could easily just end. If it's that artsy, I would bet no. Right? Because artsy films rarely have no happy ending. No happy ending, yeah. So there's that, you know. But yeah, I think those are the type of people that would enjoy it and whatnot.
Yeah.
Okay, so now let's get into the meat of the film so we know a little bit more about it. So you're not just like, yeah, screw this thing. You know, maybe there's something that entices you to watch it because like the history of it is pretty interesting. So the origins and concept. Don Coscarelli, the director, writer, editor, cinematographer, developed Phantasm from a nightmare he had as a teenager, fleeing down endless corridors, pursued by a chrome sphere wanting to pierce his skull. That makes freaking sense, right?
Interesting.
So then now, doesn't that entice you to watch the movie a little more now? Well, just like a little bit. You're just go, oh, whoa, you know, like, we'll see what this guy's dreams are kind of about.
You know, when I was a kid, I dreamt that naked turkey, like before you cook it, chased me all over the kitchen, and I'm not making films about that.
Well, I mean, you gotta really think about it, though. It's like you can make a.
I'm just saying.
You can make a super B-rated turkey film where it's just like,
I'm sure you could. Clearly, you can.
Turkey running without a head, and then you throw in that joke. It's a turkey. It's like everyone's running with like a turkey without their head.
Head off. Yeah.
With the head cut
There was
off.
also a fish, and it was dead. You know how I know it was dead? Because it had crosses on its eyes.
Oh, true.
Anyway, moving on. Sorry.
That's true.
So
Okay.
it was a nightmare.
So yeah, so it was based off of a nightmare he had, and like I've had
That's cool.
similar nightmares like that, actually, to tell you the truth, and I think it was mainly because of like anxiety as a kid.
Not because you watched this
Not
movie?
because I watched this movie. Like I would have like feelings, visions, in a sense where I would be laying in bed, in my mom's bed in her room, and there would be only light coming from the door in the hallway, and I'm just there laying down, and then like when I look at the door, like everything around my peripherals would just get darker and darker and darker until it gets to the door, and I'm just like, oh, you know, and I kind of snap out of it, and the light comes back, and I'm like, what the heck, you know? So I had something like that. So there was one where I felt that, and then I felt like pressure on the side of my head, like it was uncomfortable, and then it just felt like something was turning a knob and squeezing my head like hardcore, and so like that, and that's just like a anxiety feeling I had when I would lay down trying to fall asleep, and then of course it would turn into a freaking nightmare like that.
Yeah.
So yeah, maybe this guy had a lot of anxiety.
Yeah, probably.
I know I did, and I had some weird dreams like that. All right, so filming locations or visual effects innovations. Ooh, okay, so independent production and constraints. The film was financed by Coscarelli, 100%.
I'm sure.
And his father, and a local investor. Oh,
good
a
for
couple of local investors, I guess you could say. So that's nice. He had people to back him up.
To back him up.
And not just his father. It's like, mijo, I believe in you. We're going to do this, you know? He had some investors. Many crew and cast members were friends or aspiring artists. Hence the artsiness. Did you look at that? And then when you get a lot of friends helping you out with a film, you can make it, but it's not going to be great. Hence the film being the way it is. Coscarelli did many of the key roles: director, cinematographer, editor. Of course, he was also the writer. Filming spanned over a year, often on weekends to accommodate resources.
So they all had jobs.
They all have full-time jobs and did most of their stuff on the weekend, and that's why it took a year. It makes you wonder if like they didn't have jobs and they had a full budget and were able to invest in it. You think he does? Oh no.
He's licking me.
Oh, all right. Well, we're almost done, I guess. Okay, the pup needs to go poop. Oh, it's a race. Okay, so Coscarelli would rent equipment during weekends to get better rates and return them by Monday.
Smart.
So that's how you do it. Aspiring film actor or creator, sorry. Just got to work with the gut. All right, now the cast stories and controversies. Angus Scrim, the tall man, originally had minimal input, but over time his portrayal fleshed out the character, which was nice, and I do like him the most, actually.
Good job, yeah.
Yeah, the costume included lifts and a tight suit to exaggerate his height and presence.
Oh wow.
Nice, huh?
Like he's already tall.
They added more to it. I wouldn't be surprised if he was all like, you know, give me your suit a little bit shorter too, you know, like so it makes me seem so tall and lanky and everything, and gives to the creepiness of his character. And then the friend Reggie was based on Coscarelli's friend Reggie Bannister, and Bannister himself played the part.
Is him.
So the director
himself
is his best friend was Reggie Bannister, and he played Reggie Bannister in the
character. That's cool.
He played Reggie. He played himself basically, almost. And yeah, and then Reggie's character was like an ice cream man, almost like that freaky movie with Ron Howard's brother. He played like a psycho killer ice cream man in like the 80s or early 90s. Another horror film. It was kind of like that. It was a trip. And he had like the same outfit too. So hey, maybe that's where they got the idea from. And then Coscarelli's mother contributed to costumes, makeup, and effects.
Oh, how cool.
Often under pseudonym, so we don't know her real name, obviously. Well, that's nice. So look at that. The whole family helped out with the project. That's awesome.
That is nice.
I like that.
That is cool.
All right, now we got
right.
The whole family, artsy family.
Yeah.
Yes. All right, and then editing, structure, and storytelling choices about the film. All right, the script was fluid. Sure. Rewritten during filming.
That explains a lot.
Many scenes were improvised.
That explains a lot more.
That does explain a lot more. Holy shit. Okay. All right. The narrative structure leans heavily into dream logic.
No, you skipped an important thing.
Did I? I did. Okay. Multiple endings were shot due to uncertainty about how to conclude the story.
They didn't even know how to end the story. So it was supposed to have an ending and they couldn't figure out, and they made 4 more movies? What the hell? Okay. Okay.
$300,000 budget. I mean, hey,
you can't argue with 20.
Can't really argue with that. Okay, and then the narrative structure leans heavily into dream logic. The scenes often blend reality and nightmare without clear transitions, and it's true. You can't really tell here and there. Some of them are obvious, and you're like, oh, okay, I get this. But like others, you're like, oh, okay, we're not in that anymore. We're doing something else. Okay, it's like, yeah.
And it's cool, but it's confusing. So
cool, but confusing indeed. Okay, and then about its influence, media, notable props and motifs. The 1971 Plymouth in the movie, the Cuda, is a reoccurring visual motif and co-star in the film, and they do show it a lot. And they also show like a nice, it looked like a Camaro or a Firebird in that, or no, it was a Charger. I think it was a Charger. Yeah, it was either a Charger or a Nova. They kind of look like that, but I can't remember actually. And then the silver spheres with drills remain one of the most unforgettable horror elements.
Yeah, of course.
I didn't forget about it. I still had it in my memory vividly. And I saw it as a kid, so it definitely made an impact. Yeah, the drill sphere and the drilling into your head and the blood coming out, like, oh. All right, the Lady in Lavender, which was the tall man's female version to get people and like
to lure them
in and kidnap them and all that stuff. Okay, we're almost done. She was a shapeshifter from the tall man, because he could shapeshift into that woman, and it adds surreal and seductive horror, which it did, and that was actually a nice touch. That one was pretty normal, I think. You doing okay, dude? All right, he almost needs to poop. Yeah. Okay. And then did it influence other media and genres, restoration or later editions of it? Yeah. In 2015 and 2016, Coscarelli oversaw a 4K restoration, which we saw.
Oh, that's the one with
Phantasm remastered, with involvement from Bad Robot and J.J. Abrams. They helped out with that. Apparently, J.J. Abrams is a fan. And Bad Robot, when we saw the remaster and I saw Bad Robot there, I was all like, I was like, they haven't been around for that long, but obviously they helped out with they helped out with the licensing and remastering, so that's freaking cool. I did like that a lot. That restored version had limited theatrical screenings and was released on Blu-ray. Also included a box set of the entire series. Collectible.
And people bought that? I'm sure they did.
Collectible. But yeah, they have all that.
Who are these people? If you are one of these people, please leave a comment. I would love to know who is into all of it.
Yeah. Put a picture in the comments too of your collection.
Oh, your collection? That'd be cool.
Yeah, that'd be pretty cool to see. All right. And then, let's see. Moving on, sequels and franchises. We have Phantasm spawned a franchise of 5 films, like I had mentioned. Phantasm 2 in 1988, 3 The Lord of the Dead, and then 4 Oblivion, and then Phantasm Ravager, which ended in 2016. And that's the same year that Angus Scrimm died. Oh man, at 90. Its influence goes beyond just horror. It's surreal, dreamlike structure, and refusal to explain everything freely invites multiple interpretations.
Like art.
Like art.
Like a painting.
Like a painting. Painting has 1,000 words in it. Explanations.
And it means whatever you want it to mean. Even though the creator had a different idea.
He had a different idea. And then you can be all like, no, mine's better.
Yeah, you know.
No. All right, now we're off to the last part, and then we can let our dog out and poop. Phantasm is available on platforms such as Amazon Prime Video, where we saw it. Peacock. No, actually, I first discovered it on Amazon Video. We saw it on Peacock.
Oh, that's true.
So that's what we got. It's also on Fubo TV and occasionally ad-supported services here and there. You got to check it out. But Amazon and Peacock for sure, it is on there. Other than that, that is it. So, does it still hit for me? Kinda. Not really. It's a nice nostalgia watch to go back to and be like, oh yeah, you know, like I remember this, and then by the end of it, I'm like, oh, it's so bad.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, it's so bad, but it's, you know, it's not great. It's not horrible.
Terrible. Yeah, it's not.
It's right in there. It's right in the middle.
You know, I'm seeing a 6.6 out of 10 on IMDb, and I'm going to say that's pretty accurate.
Yeah.
And I'm going to say that that's how I feel about it. It's like, it doesn't hit fully, mostly because of that. Like, while it's visually appealing, it's too dated for me. It's too slow, and it's way too artsy, too abstract. So,
yeah,
not for me. Not enough to make the story worth it.
I'm down to watch it because I'm those types of people. I'm one of those types of people that'll be like, I mean, if I hadn't seen, I'm gonna watch it at least once, just so I can have an idea and then talk crap about it after that.
That said, I am curious, and I might want to watch just at least a second one just to see what happens after.
Yes.
Just because, why? What the hell?
Yeah. I don't think we'll make a video about that.
No.
But
I mean, unless
it actually ends up being better than the first or something like really good. Well, we'll see. I doubt it though. But yeah, other than that, that's it, guys. This is the end of the show. Thank you for sticking with us. You know, it was a nice watch, but yeah, I have a little outro here for you guys. It's from funeral homes to cosmic dread. Phantasm might just be 1979's wildest dream horror film. Yeah, it's right up there. It's pretty wild. Stick with us on Rewind and Replay as we dig into whether surreal classics still haunt, or maybe even terrify, in this digital age, which is very possible. But as far as like back in the day versus new horror that's coming out, yeah, it's gonna be tough.
Yeah,
it's gonna be tough.
Everything's so realistic now that seeing these old ones doesn't hit the same.
Doesn't hit right. Yeah, it's average now, but at least you know that these types of films were the birth.
Yeah.
To what you're watching nowadays, the modern horror. And that's what I like doing these videos, so that you guys can learn a little bit about it, not fully commit into the whole thing, and that's it. You know, learn a little bit more about the film, the cast and directors or staff, and
where the stuff we do love now comes from. Because you're right. You're right. This is, you know,
this is
the base of what we're doing and watching now.
Yeah, it is. All right. Other than that, guys, that's it. Thank you for watching. Make sure to comment down below if you have any comments, questions, want to request of a movie for us to watch or something. I'm down.
Consider it.
We will consider it. I do vet these films that we're watching and I'm recording here because there's got to be some sort of appeal to it that's really good. Or maybe I just want to bring her along for a crazy ride that she might hate.
I haven't been able to pick a movie, and everything I pick is too mainstream.
It's too mainstream. I won't let her. But there might be some.
Maybe I'll pick one.
But at the same time, the reason why she's here too is because all these films that I'm bringing up, some of them she's all like, I remember seeing this, or she's like, oh, this is actually, it's all right, it's pretty good. I see what you were into back in the day. Wish I was you.
No.
Response. All right, make sure to follow us on social media. Check out the website, like and subscribe here on YouTube, and we'll see you guys next time. Okay, peace out. I'll see you all. Yeah.
On the next one.
This might be the worst film that we're actually recording. I don't know. We'll see. Laters.